So I've done demos of cordless phones and smart meters and other devices and appliances that emit RF radiation before, but I haven't done a video of a cell phone yet. And considering that it's probably the most ubiquitous device used today, I thought it would be a great benefit to everyone to highlight just how much radiation you're exposed to when you use one of these devices. So currently, this cell phone is completely shut off. And as you can see by taking a look at the electrosmog meter, it's not picking up any radiation at all from the cell phone. The fluctuating levels you see here are just background levels of radiation in this environment. So I'm going to turn the cell phone on in a moment, and we can take a look at just how much radiation these devices emit when they're not even if they're being used, but just whenever they're on. So I'm going to turn the cell phone on now, and watch what happens to the readings on the meter as it turns on. So right now it's going to search for a signal. As you can see, it's going up to over 1,000 milliwatts per, I believe, meter squared on this meter. And you can see that it's instantly searching for a cell tower. Even though you're not making a call, it's communicating with the tower, so the tower knows where this cell phone is, so that if someone calls this number, it can direct the call to the appropriate location. So I'm going to make a call now so that you can see how much radiation is being emitted by one of these devices when it's being used. So I'll just make a quick call here. And you can see immediately the meter is maxed out. Remember, 1827 on this Cornet means the meter is being maxed out. It's maxing out this meter. And people are putting these up to their heads all over the world on a daily basis. Remember, right now it's maxing out the meter. Even if it was 1,827, that is still hundreds, thousands of times higher than levels that have been proven in peer-reviewed studies to be biologically hazardous to humans, animals, and the environment. Now, notice what happens when I move the meter away from the cell phone. Even moving it just an inch away from the cell phone cut the levels of radiation in half, brought it down to around 800, 750, just by moving it away from an inch. So you can see here that distance is really key. Distance really matters. And that putting it up, well, the call ended here now automatically. So you can see that as soon as the call ended, levels are going back down and drop back to background levels almost. But one thing you want to take note of here is that distance really matters. So the farther away from a device you are that is constantly emitting, like a cell phone would be when you're having a conversation, the better off you'll be. That's what the inverse square rule dictates, that radiation drops off by the inverse square. So I'm going to turn the cell phone back off now. You'll notice that when you turn it off, the cell phone maxes out the meter again. This is probably the cell phone communicating to the tower what its final position before turning off was. And you'll see that levels return back to normal.